I want you to know something. Everybody, let me say this. I want you to know something. God has his hands on you. A lot of y'all are on the potter's wheel right now. The potter's wheel, if you don't know what that is, think of it this way. You know how they take, if you ever seen clay, like somebody taking clay and making like a bowl out of it, or a cup on a machine that it takes this clay and swirls it around, and they use their hand and form it to what they want it to be. Whether it's a bowl, whatever. But a lot of y'all are being on the potter, or you're on the wheel right now, the potter's wheel, the being molded into something. And it's not comfortable, it's very uncomfortable, it does not feel good. It's like going to the gym don't feel good. And I don't want you, because a lot of times people credit the devil for that stuff. And some things, I ain't saying everything, you know what I mean? Because the devil is out there, stuff happens that's not God, that God don't want to happen. But a lot of stuff is by God's hand, because he's critiquing you, he's forming you into what he wants you to be. And that's not always comfortable. You're trimming off the bad parts, the things that need to go. You're rooting out all the weeds out of that garden. Because you bear fruit, you will bear fruit. He's the perfect gardener. Like the perfect gardener, so we know what he's doing. But you have to understand that even when you're going through, because it won't always feel like it. This year, like this past 6, 7, however many months, I've understood more. I've been understanding more. It's not about, he's not really in my feelings like that, like I thought he was, as far as, not that he don't care, he care about our feelings, but he's not in it to the point to where because I don't feel him, or because I don't feel a certain way, God ain't there, he ain't moving, or something bad's happening because I felt depressed or heavy or like confused, foggy, a lot of noise. I'll say it like that. That's more accurate. I had a lot of noise and confusion, really trying to understand God, and it was like the feeling was like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't want to disappoint you. You know what I mean? And it was causing some back and forth, right? He's not in the feelings like that. So you got to know when you don't feel good that, okay, he's still forming me. That, okay, even if it's something that he's helping me to do better at, he's helping me to do better at it. And I got to know that everything that's happening is going to work for my good no matter what. If I just believe that he's with me, period. That's it. So he has his hands all on you. But we can't, because we're in the world, you may not feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as somebody physically putting their hand on you and you feel a touch. Because it's not like it's not a physical experience, really. You will experience things in the physical, but really it's a spiritual thing. He has his hands on you. He lives in you, those of you who, you know. But what I want to say is, what I want you to really take in is, like I'm saying, he's there. He's there. He's there. You have to keep that in your mind, and every day renew your mind and know that he's there in the times you don't feel like it, because it's easy to give him glory when you feel good and when you got what you want. But when you don't have what you want, or you waiting on what you want, and waiting, those are the times that the test comes, and that's when you apply what you learned, what you took into your heart. Because if you reject it, or you question it, by question it, I mean wonder, is it real? That's where you get in trouble, because the devil comes to take that word right there. So now you focus more on the outer. Now, what did Jesus say about that? If you don't know, rather you do or don't, he said, when you get to worrying about, you receive the word, and because you focused on the worries of life and the deceitfulness of riches, meaning the things that you think will give you life, and you focused on those things and think that if you get that, you'll have your peace and everything, that stuff chokes out the word. So when the tests come, you out. Easy. Easy. You, no match. Even in the world, like in people who don't know God or don't believe in God, they'll tell you that you have to stick to what you know, what you said you would do way after, even when trials come or tribulations come, tests come. You have to stick to what you said you would do. You got to stick to where you know you want to go. Because if you don't stick to that and stay strong, you'll fail. You'll fall off. You can't forget the word that was spoken to your heart, regardless of what it looked like. I'm not saying don't talk to God and wonder what's going on, or maybe talk to him, be open. He wants you to be open with him. And he'll remind you, hey, remember what I said? I'm here, I got you. So, hey, ask him. I'm not saying pretend that stuff ain't happening. I'm not saying pretend that you ain't feeling a certain way. You could tell him. He want to hear about it. He know anyway. But you got to take into your heart and know that no matter what, God, I know you're here. I know you ain't wrong. I know you don't miss. So, since that's the case, help me with my heart, because it feel this way, or shoot, I'm confused about this, or what about, whatever. And he will speak to you. He will help you and encourage you. He'll build you up, keep you around those who will help keep you lifted, because that's the kind of God he is. Period. He'll never fail. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget. So be easy. Stay having your mind renewed. Have your mind renewed. Because it will help you in your everyday life. When tests come, when trial come. And God be with you. Love y'all. Be blessed, be encouraged, be strengthened. Let's do this. Let's go.